Welcome back to ETBU Extra as we continue to talk Tiger sports here, broadcasting live from the Student Center, the first floor of our Nellis Student Center, I should say. And as I look out into the audience today, we see students visiting, we see students studying, and Marbury Baptist Church, the Marshall campus here, providing a free lunch for students who want a free lunch, and I'm always for that. So maybe I should just kick Coach Hamilton off the side, and we'll call the show done and go eat, Coach. What do you think?
I'll go with you.
You're
I'm
going
ready
with
to eat
me.
too. I'm hungry.
Well, I think we need to talk Tiger basketball first. Well, Coach Edsel Hamilton, first year as the head coach of the Lady Tigers. The Tigers are 2-0 after a victory's season-opening win against Southwestern and then win last night on the road against Centenary. Is it like you expected your first couple of games as the head coach? When did the butterflies go away in the first game?
Relatively early. Like I said, once we get on the court, I'm kind of focused on what's going on, and I'm not really thinking about, the crowd or anything else. I'm just, trying to possession by possession, make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do, and make sure that we're getting a win. Neither of them have been exactly what I've wanted, but they're probably more about what I expected. It's early in the season. We've got a lot of, rust to shake off from having a long off season and all that kind of stuff, and, obviously putting in a new system and everything. It's just taking some time for everybody to adjust, but I've really been pleased with the effort that they're giving pretty consistently and how they're playing together. I've been really happy with that.
I want to start with your first game of the season as you opened at home at Ornelas. As you played Southwestern, you won that ball game 69-66. Senior April Leonard lit up the place with 30 points, and she's named the American Southwest Conference Player of the Week. Talk about that game and just what you like to see out there on the court. As a head coach, what were you pleased with?
Well, I was pleased with our mental toughness. We had had a couple of hard days of practice before that from our last scrimmage, where we had a couple things go against us, and we kind of let them snowball and weren't really able to recover. And in this game, I thought we started a little better. We got off to some leads, and when they made runs, we were able to respond. We didn't let them keep running, keep going, and keep going, and keep going. We were able to respond to their runs with runs of our own. I think we pulled away, got up to lead up to about 8 or 10 a couple of times, and so I was happy with that. And obviously down the stretch, April really carried us. Thought it was well deserved that she was ASC East Player of the Week. And I've told her she needs to score for us this year, and she's got the green light as long as it's a good shot. And she's been very good in these first two games of taking good shots. And I would love for her to be in the mix for Conference Player of the Year by the end of the year. And if she keeps playing the way she's playing, she's going to be right in there.
In that win against Southwestern, April had 30 points. She was 10 of 15 shooting. She had 6 threes in the ballgame. Of course, the big one came at the 106 mark, which put you up 68-66. Boy, when you make a three that deep late in the ballgame, that is a momentum changer, isn't it?
Yeah, and especially when we had run a play, and I think we didn't get exactly the look that we wanted out of it. And that's what great players do is when things break down, they just make something happen. And but I was really happy with the defensive play that she made on the other end. And Ambrosia Woodard started it with her ball pressure and keeping a girl in front. And then because of that, April was able to kind of gamble a little bit, but it was a good gamble. She picked up a steal for us late that really got a big stop for us.
Of course, you win the home opener. Now your next game is on the road. Last night in Shreveport at the Gold Dome against Centenary. Always a tough place for Tiger basketball to play, whether it's the men or the ladies. You win by a final score of 70-62. And then this time, instead of April, the senior, you had a sophomore did very well last night, as well as another sophomore, Lauren Lee and Taylor Alexander. Talk about their plays. I think Alexander had 19 points and Lee had 16.
Yeah, I've been really stressing post play this year. I think the two of them are really good. I'm really excited about their future, especially with both of them just being sophomores. We've got really good size inside and good skill level and athleticism, and I've really been emphasizing that since day one of we want to get the ball inside, and it's good on days where against Southwestern they really packed the paint on us and didn't give them a lot of room, and that's where April was able to shine. And Centenary, we had a definite size advantage over them, and we didn't get going early in the game, but late in the game, those two really took over. We were able to get it inside. They got a lot of rebounds, and we got 35 out of our 70 points were from our two starting posts. So I was very happy with that. And again, April was in double figures, but she really managed the game really well. And that's another part of being a great player is you don't have to be the one that scores 30 every single game. It's taking what the defense gives you, making good decisions, and so I was very happy with our inside production.
As a fan, it's good to see that you got some post play last night, and you got an outside shooter in April and other members as well. So, however they defensive, you got a response back to them, which is good to see. What did you like from your team last night in the win against Centenary?
I thought our bench was really good. I put everybody that was available got some minutes, and I think everybody that went in did some good things for us. So that's what I've kept challenging them to do is, you don't know when I'm going to put you in and when I'm not, but when I do, be ready. And they were ready. We had some freshmen that maybe didn't get many minutes in the first game and got some minutes in this one and did some good things for us. So I was happy with that. And again, just our resilience of it was tight the whole game. We started a little slow, and I was kind of hoping that we would be able to pull away, and we really weren't until right at the end. But we were able to do it at the end, and I think playing a lot of players did that for us. That we were a little fresher towards the end of the game with some of our starters got to play towards the end of the game, and they'd been sitting for a little while. So. And we really went on a good run with some of our bench in as well. So I was really happy with our resilience and the attitude, especially of the two post players late in the game of give me the ball,
Yes.
I want the ball, and we got it to them, and they finished for us.
Always good to see that when a player wants to take control of their position
Yep.
and play it to the best of their ability. All right, Tigers win. They beat Centenary last night by a final score of 70-62. Won the season opener last Saturday at Ornelas over Southwestern 69-66. Next up for Coach Hamilton and his Lady Tigers is another home game on the weekend that students leave for Christmas. It's not Christmas. I'm wearing red today.
Thanksgiving.
Just like Thanksgiving. You got a game against Texas College. It's an NAIA school, which offers scholarships. And of course, at NCAA Division III, that does not happen at athletics. Kind of talk about some things that you expect to see in the game on Saturday.
I think they're going to be athletic. I think they're going to try to get up and down a lot. So we're going to have to be disciplined defensively and just play hard. I think transition defense wasn't great for us in the first game, and it was better in the second game, and it needs to be even better in this one for us to be able to slow them down a little bit. But again, I think if we keep on the track that we're on of playing together and getting the ball inside and taking shots when they're open, I think we'll have a good shot.
As the head coach, have you evaluated both two games and your coaching staff? Are you where you want to be? I mean, are you moving toward that goal of, in your mind, I want our team to be able to do this, and I know it's going to take some time? How is the grade right now of your team?
Yeah, I mean, we're not there, but, you don't want to peak right now. You want to peak in February, February and March. So, we're not where we want to be, but I think we're on the right track. Like I said, I like the girls' attitudes. They work hard. They respond when I challenge them to do things, and they've done really well with that. They've had really good attitudes, and they're working hard. I'm excited about that.
Of course, after the Texas College game, you travel to Seguin to play in the Texas Lutheran University Invitational. Two big games that you need to win as well, don't you?
Yeah, and we've actually got one in between there, too. We go on the road to Texas Wesleyan on Monday.
I forgot
over in
about
Fort
that
Worth.
one. That's
so,
right.
I've gotten to watch them a little bit, and they look like they're going to be a pretty good team. So, we've got a pretty packed schedule here. We got 4 games over the next week, basically, starting Saturday. So, it's going to be tough, but I'm excited about it. I think our kids are excited, too. I hate, that's part of basketball is you don't really get the holidays because it runs during most of them. But we will have a nice long Christmas break, but we're going to be busy over Thanksgiving.
Well, Coach Hamilton, good to see you today here on ET Extra. Congratulations on being 2-0. Hopefully it'll be 3-0 this Saturday.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Coach Edsel Hamilton is our last guest here today on ET Extra. Lady Tigers are 2-0, have a game this Saturday as they host Texas College, 1 p.m. tip in Ornelas. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of ET Extra. Join us again next Wednesday at noon as we continue to talk Tiger sports. I want to thank Adam and Matthew and Kenneth for getting things set up from the Sports Information Department, and also thank all the students here in the Ornelas Student Center listening to the show as well, enjoying time being students on the campus of ETBU. That's going to wrap it up for today's edition of ET Extra. We'll see you next Wednesday. So long and have a blessed day.